All right, it is Thursday, April the 23rd. Welcoming you into the local sports pod. We're on the baseball side, as you can see, just out Shivo Field. We have a couple of the boys here with us. We have our crossover guest, Paul Bowe, is here. Glad to have him in on the baseball side. We'll talk to him in a little bit.
Checks in the mail.
Checks in the mail, as always. Quickly, we want to thank our sponsors because without them, our content couldn't do it. As Paul knows, it's a work. R.L. Marchetti, Plumbing and Heating, Barbush Automotive, and B.O.B. Auto Sales, No Keys Designs, Firo's Funeral Services Incorporated, which sponsor our crossover guest, which again is Paul Bowe. We'll get into that.
As long as I don't cross over into the other side, we're okay. Nobody's calling Jeff.
He finally, after 3 months, gets the crossover. But anyway, Warrior Baseball Academy, always good for our good friend Dan Noki. Quickly, I just want to talk about this team. Highly impressive right now. 11-1 overall on the season. 7-1 in the conference. First in the conference. Just a lot of situational baseball. As we have some fans of Paul Bowe Drive wherever you go. I just don't get it. And I have no idea who it was either, but it makes it fun. Just situational baseball. We'll talk to the boys. Coach Kanzler had a bit of a holdback here, so he'll be joining us in a few minutes. Defense, as we have talked about all season, top number one. The pitching, there's just so much, and it's so deep, and they come through. Even if they fall behind, they go right back out there. We'll get into that with the boys as well. Just a mirror of their head coach and the way he teaches, the way he instructs, the way he played when he did it, whether it was through Little League, high school, professional, minor league, major league. Coach Kanzler, and we'll get on him about that a little bit. But it is my pleasure now to continue on with Coach Kanzler's Meet the Cougar team. We have a couple of the junior members with us here on this episode. And we'll start with the ace of the staff. He's the tallest one, too, and makes Paul and I even look, well, you look even shorter than...
I'm taller than you. What are you talking about? You're like 5'4".
Yeah, but you're not taller than him.
Well, not taller than Freddie. Most people aren't. I mean, jeez. I'm not saying I'm Will Chamberlain, but you're like Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
What am I?
You a clown? Yeah.
What am I, a clown? Well, technically. All right, so anyway, Freddie joins us junior in your junior season. Freddie, can't say enough about your mound performance. Generally, the first baseman, Coach Kanzler is there, joins us as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Quickly, we're talking to the guys, Coach. Thanks for he had a little bit of an episode here, but everything worked out. Just saying before we got into the boys, and Paul has said this so many times on our YouTube broadcast, just with the way the team plays, situational baseball. We've talked about it so many times in post-game interview, pre-game interview. Defense, number one. Pitching is so deep and so experienced. Even if they get into a jam, I know we talked about that yesterday, they're just a mirror of this guy sitting right next to me, and the way, not him.
I mean, I was wild when
he's in his Joe Pesci sweatsuit. But anyway, just the way you instruct, the way you teach, and teaching is a better word I'd like to use. I mean, it's just a mirror of where you played from the start, to where you're at now.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it's helpful when you have good students that love the game, and these guys are super passionate about the game of baseball. They work very hard. They put in a lot of time in the off season to prepare for the season. We worked really hard in the preseason too. So there's a mental edge to that as well. But yeah, it's, as I always tell them, it's, baseball's the best teacher you can have, the game of baseball. If you take the emotion out of it and you just are aware of what's happening in the situation and what the game's asking from you, and learning from your mistakes. I think if we're a team that's not making the same mistake over and over again, we're going to put ourselves in good situations. And, we haven't played, I don't think we haven't played, we haven't played our best baseball yet, but we've done enough, I think, in times when the pitching hasn't been there, the offense has stepped up.
Absolutely.
At times when the offense hasn't been there, the pitching and the defense has stepped up. So that's what good teams do, is they find ways to win. But we're constantly trying to improve our approaches at the plate or, pitch selection, making changes in the lineup, those kind of things, just keeping these guys ready. They're working hard.
Yep. Again, we talk about this in post game and during the game as well between our little group. But quickly, we're going to get these guys on, get them out of here to get you out of here because you have some stuff going on too. Big day.
18th birthday.
Whoa.
Today, so.
That's awesome.
Oh,
yeah. All right, quickly, Coach, we'll get a little history from you and then from them. We'll start with Freddie Corrado, Jr., right? Pitcher, first baseman.
I'll take that. Thanks, Freddie. Is that on? So, Freddie, Jr. for us this year has really been an impact player for the last several years with us. Phenomenal kid, hard worker, really good leader, funny kid too. I think he's got a great sense of humor. I've always told him, I'm like, you're funny and you get people to laugh a lot. So he's usually got some good witty one-liners for us. They practice in the dugout. Had a great summer circuit last year, committed to Penn State, had a lot of different suitors at the college level, trying to get him to play at the next level with them. But, and again, just you watch when he's on on the mound, it's one of the better high school arms that you're going to see.
Absolutely.
It's fun to watch when he gets going and his confidence is there. I put his stuff up against anybody, and he's worked hard swinging the bat this year for us too. He was really a PO last year, but has stepped into the lineup this year and put together some really good quality at bats. And he's working really hard to improve himself offensively, asking a lot of questions. Same thing, working around the bag at first base.
That's awesome. All right, let's talk to Freddie real quick.
Freddie, it seems like you've been playing forever. I can't believe he's only a junior.
Yeah.
I mean, I know him since he's in kindergarten.
I thought he was a senior.
I thought he was a senior.
I thought he was a senior back in football season.
I have a great picture of me and Fred that I send him like every 6 months. When I met him the first time, I was still playing. He might have been 9 or 10 years old, and I met him down at the CVCO pool. I was home, I think, for like the All-Star break, and I have him around my hip, like right here with my arm around him. And now I just have to remind him at one point I was a lot taller.
He's taller than Paul.
Now I'm looking up to him. So, yeah.
So Freddie junior season, I mean, commit to Penn State already. I know we talked about this back when we had John during football season, but how do you feel on the baseball side now that we get to talk where you're at, where your game's at, and where you're headed as you got a whole nother year at this level?
Yeah, I mean, there's always room to improve, but I feel like the more I'm out there competing and performing, the better I'm going to get. I feel like when I'm out there, you just have to have confidence that you're better than anybody. Even if you're not always the best on the field, you have to have that confidence to go out there and act like you are. I mean, the guys that are behind me when I'm on the mound, I mean, you can't beat it. We have some of the best talent in the state. And I'm just confident everybody's going to make a play. And when I'm hitting and when I'm at first, I tell myself, I might not be the best first baseman or the best hitter, but you have to have that mindset that you are the best, and you have to go up there and you have to strive to get the job done in that big moment and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Freddie, I always say if they overthrow you at first base, there's something wrong. You're 6'4".
Yeah, it's true.
All right, Coach, we'll move down the lane here. How about our good friend Jack Esposito?
Jack, again, another guy that's, all three of these guys, but Jack, another impact player for us since his freshman year. Had some really quality outings for us as a freshman. Just unwavering personality. You really don't know if he's doing well or he's doing poorly. He's the same guy every single day. He's consistent, just very business oriented and matter of fact about how he goes about his work and his prep. Has really had some big outings for us. Last year in spots through in the North Penn game and the state playoffs, it was one of the best pitching performances that I've seen since I've been a coach here. You've seen him a few different times here as a starter for us, as, come in out of relief, but just a guy who is a student of the game, is always looking for ways to improve himself. Even coming in yesterday and asking questions about what we're seeing, what's working, what's not working, just a kid that,
and again, that goes back to the teacher, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. But another great kid. And again, someone I felt has been there for a long time, but he's still only a junior for us.
It's amazing.
Paul's been around
and I remember Josh or Jack when he used to come with your dad to our softball games in the stroller. He'd be in the stroller. Your dad would be pushing him. We're feeling real old now.
Yeah. Jack, again, like I asked Freddie, your junior season now, you're moving along. Plate performances has been awesome. Your work on the mound from the home games and the one game on the road that I've seen. Just unquestionable. Your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. I'm starting off the season pretty well. I just want to keep rolling through, playing my game, get ahead in counts, stuff like that. Along with Freddie, the confidence thing has definitely been a struggle for me. So now getting better with that, continuing through all the games. That's about it.
Just good stuff.
Yep.
Good stuff. And Paul, you mentioned, and Russ, you can come in with this one. A lot of these guys played in Valley West Little League, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry,
it's
Yeah,
kind of
Fred's a township
So
guy.
that's
There's only a few of us
still an
left,
open,
Freddie.
it's an open wound right there. Yeah.
I'm missing it. What am I missing?
The township, Freddie's
So,
like,
Oh,
that's a
that's
big rivalry
right.
too.
Yes,
man. Yeah,
true,
When I was
true.
a kid, it was Hazel Township Little League was unbelievable. I
They
remember
were,
it was Scotty
yep.
Bisco and
Right.
Rapida. I mean, they made a run a couple times at Williamsport. So that was always who you wanted to meet when I was a kid.
Sorry.
Yeah, so we bring those old rivalries up sometimes, but
Freddie's going to get me good in the dugout next week, but that's okay.
it's cool for me because I'm very ingrained in all of the local little leagues.
Right.
Like,
No,
I
that's
really
right.
I try to follow the leagues and know who some of these kids are coming up, and we run summer camps for kids to get an
Just saw
experience
they
to be
had
on
again on
Shiloh.
Facebook
Yeah, like
today.
we want kids to be excited about
Build that
being a part
program.
of this program.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Paul always.
I always say that. I think that's a huge part. That's a credit to you, Russ, and your staff, and because you guys do so much, not only with the Valley Little League, like I said, it's all around. The Hazelton Little League that I was a part of when my kids played, and I coached up there, and and when I played was with Township. Schnee was actually my coach.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? That's how long ago
He
that
talks
was.
about. He still calls him Coach Schnee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's great to see you taking all those kids in and making them better, because it's only going to help them. And like I said, to learn from the program from the top, build those kids up from when they're in Little League. I say it all the time. That's a direct reflection of a successful program.
Yeah.
So that's definitely my hat off to you for
Thank
that.
you.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
No, listen, I remember playing for Bruce Lyon with basketball when I
Yeah.
was coming up, and I remember going to Cougar camp in the summer times, and you got in that gym and you had butterflies in your stomach, like you wanted to play for that program someday. So that's what we're trying to do here is, let kids see what it's like to be part of the program and get them excited.
Awesome. All right, we'll move on to the next gentleman and the next part of Meet the Cougar, Coach Kensler's Meet the Cougar team. Junior Logan Harity.
And he's all right, I guess.
Am I allowed to say best leadoff hitter in the district? Am I
Yeah,
allowed to say
sure,
that?
you can. Yeah,
Because I say it all the time on there.
we ride Logan.
He has a great eye.
We try to keep him humble.
I can
Great
attest
eye
to that as I sit in that dugout every game. So, but great leadoff hitter.
I
Never
love
seen him
Logan.
to the side of the pitch.
You're right. I mean, and again, a kid that's been with us since his freshman year and just showed from his freshman year a maturity in the box and a responsibility knowing situational baseball. That's a challenge for us as coaches. You get young guys and you try to get them to know the X's and O's, and he kind of came in knowing what a professional at bat looked like, knowing how to move runners, would lay down great bunts at times. And now he's developed his game to really being able to drive the baseball to all fields, has worked extremely hard defensively, was an outfielder for us his first couple years, but is a natural infielder and has put a ton of time into that part of his game. Has played second for us, has played center, played short, played left. But you're right. With him at the top of the lineup, you always know there's going to be a competitive at bat, or else I'm going to scream at him. He knows it too. But you do, you all these guys, I mean, I think they'll tell you, we try to coach our best players very hard, and they know that the level of expectation that we have for them. And if you get your best players to play well, you're going to be in a good position. So, yeah.
Awesome. We'll play past them.
One thing I did notice about your teams, Russ, from the 2 years that we've been covering, very disciplined, as you said, very disciplined at the plate. Very rarely swing at bad pitches.
No breaking balls. No breaking
Sure.
balls.
Why are we watching this?
Watch that curveball.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay.
But I mean, you're better, like you said, the better players that you have. Not that anybody's not a better player, but I mean, they're very disciplined at the plate.
You have to be. You have to be. Listen, we just talked about it today a little bit. Like in high school baseball, you have to make pitchers work. You want to get into another team's bullpen. I think that's one of our strengths this year.
Oh, yeah.
We have a deep bullpen.
Yesterday's game example.
We have guys that we can go to, and you're playing a team that might have a really good starter on the mound. If you can work him out of the game, even if you're making outs, if you're making competitive outs and you're getting into deep counts, that's a win for you in my book. So it's something we talk about a lot. It's hard. I know from myself as a hitter, you want to hit. You know, you want to hit. And we try to work with these guys with playing the counts and knowing what is your pitch in the right situation. So it's been pretty good so far.
After all that, Logan, and all the riding you get in the games, and I'm sure in practice, give us your thoughts. Junior season, right? Another triple junior was there today. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, so the junior year is off to a solid start. The team's 11-1. I just go up to the box every time and try and give my best effort to help the team win, whatever that may be. Getting hit by pitch, walk, hit, anything. And same on defense. I'm going to lay my body out there. I'm going to put it all on the line. Whatever to help these boys win. Anything.
Awesome.
I think it's important to note, too, with Logan, another one, he's committed to play Seton Hall, had a great summer last year on the showcase circuit. Guys went to some big events and did really well. And, so it's cool to see him, get that opportunity as well at the next level.
It's great to see all these kids getting offers from big schools.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have a ton of offers out there for kids. And like I said, you don't see that a lot, especially around here. I mean, that was something that was never happened. But this program, I know they're doing like the alumni thing they say in between innings.
Yeah.
A lot of times I can't hear it because we're still talking. But, I mean, see Bryce out at Penn State and, Brian Diaz. And,
Ryan's having a great year.
Ryan
He was a freshman, man. He's doing really well. So.
I mean, that's awesome. That really is. That's
and again, it's I think the culture's changed a little bit just throughout the Northeast. I think when I was coming up, it was, you really had to get south to be seen. And I think there's more and more scouts identifying, players from the Northeast. I think, you hear a lot about the low mileage on arms from pitchers in the Northeast for some of these guys. Jack's not there yet, but he'll be there. He'll be locked up somewhere this summer for sure. But yeah, so it's exciting for me, to see these guys.
Sure.
And there you have it, gang. Coach Cangeler's Meet the Cougar baseball team. That's our segment. Thanks for Freddie, Jack, and Logan coming on. They can get out of here now and get home and eat. Of course, I'm hungry. As always. But Russ isn't buying tonight.
Your wallet.
Again,
of course.
All right, you guys get out of here.
All right, thanks for having us.
We're going to shift down. We'll get you through what's happened in the season so far, so you can get
see you guys.
Your daughter's
See you, boys.
And
we're all good.
We'll,
for dinner tonight.
We'll continue on, but Russ, as I was saying, 11-1 start overall, man. 7-1 in the conference, right?
Yep.
First place.
Yep.
Much more to go. As I always say, what are we, about 7 weeks in? It seems like we're about 7 months in. That's
I know.
It's so crazy. But quickly, we'll run through the schedule just with highlights as we rewind, and then we'll preview what's coming up.
Sure.
Home opener started back here just at the end of March, the 27th to be exact, here at Shivo Field. Down the line, Lehigh Valley, East Penn League. Liberty came in here. Big 10-4 win for the opener.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, I think for me early in the season, we weren't really sure where the offense was going to be at. Anytime you're putting up 10 runs early in the season, not getting outside a ton, that was a really encouraging win for us. And Liberty's a strong program.
And then a week later, and it seemed that earlier part of the season, these games were spread out where we're almost wearing. Headed to the league, actually a little deeper, and headed over to North Penn with an 8-4 win.
Yeah,
well.
big one there too. I mean, that's been a team that we've played every year, either in a non-conference game or state playoffs, and they've had our number. And so there's some psychological stuff there when we go play them. So for us to come out of there on the road, it was a really cold day. It was like 30 degrees out.
Our co-part for SportsWire, Tony Saliba.
Yeah.
So they don't even have a press box.
I was like, you guys want to do the game? I'm like, is there a press box? He's like,
cool.
no. I'm like, yeah,
Cool.
it's too cold now.
But LD Venture had a great game on the mound, and we saw two or three quality arms from North Penn, and again, really swung the bats well. So that was a good sign too.
And the big one came up with Pittston.
Oh yeah.
That ended up to be a dogfight, as a matter of
It
fact.
was.
On the downside of the scoreboard with that one, but you can't help merit the effort on the boys and getting behind and coming back, and as that game was a flip flop all the way through.
Definitely, I think, and that was a good eye opener for us. Early point in the season. Obviously, Pittston's a very strong program that's had a lot of success over the years, and it's always a battle with them. to be down 7-1 and come back from that deficit on the road and really, be up 5 with 6 outs to go. I was proud of the way the boys battled. We just made too many mistakes. I think, our guys would all tell you they didn't have their best stuff on the mound. We kicked a few balls in the infield, threw some at-bats away. But, again, it gives you great teaching moments because sometimes winning can blanket some problems. You win and you feel a little bit better. Hey, we won. I guess things are going well. So sometimes the loss is good for you. And I think
it was only game number 3.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, it was a good kind of reset for us.
Yeah,
myself too as a coach. I think there was things I could have done differently.
Who I root for, it's like, well, it's only the 10th game.
Yeah,
but really,
like you said, Russ, like a lot of things to correct with winning. Teachable moments, like they're correctable. Like mental mistakes are always correctable.
Right.
You kick a ball, you make the play the next time. And like you said, at least it's better to lose early in the season
always
than it is later in the season because you can correct all those mistakes.
Absolutely.
And then Russ, you rattled off 3 straight wins. You went on the road against Parkland, back here at Shivo Field against Valley West, and just a week or so ago, 13 days today, big win up at Crestwood.
Yeah, so good stretch there. Again, Parkland defending district champ down in District 11. Played them really well. Again, just good competitive at bats. Jack threw a really good game. Nick Kniff came in relief and threw really well. Had a dogfight here with Valley West. They were on Freddie. I think Freddie didn't have his best stuff that game, but they were on him. And but we battled back. And Mason Rinker, as a freshman, had a great game at the walk-off.
That was the walk-off I was just going to say as well. Yeah.
And then same thing, Crestwood. We had Jack come out and pitch, threw really well, and then sophomore Leo Severino came in, made his varsity debut that game, and did a good job with the Comets, keeping them at bay. So yeah.
And I think the more they play too, we had mentioned about between the home opener and there was a week with the North Penn game, obviously a road game a Saturday. It's obviously every couple of days. I could go off on the dates, but then you come back go back on the road again after Crestwood against Dallas. A win against Wilkes-Barre area, and then another Lehigh Valley team with the Mains coming in here on one of the most gorgeous Saturdays.
Oh, that was awesome. Listen, we've been really lucky with weather, with the exception of the early part of the year, which is it's always like that. But Dallas game was a huge win. We were down to our last out. LD Ventra hit a leadoff double in the top of the 7th. Had a little miscue on the bases, but Mason Eckert delivered a huge game-tying double. And then there was a pitching change. We had a couple walks. And Yudi Hidalgo comes up and hits a grand slam with 2 outs in the 7th to put us up 9-5 and secure that game. So that was a huge win for us to stay within contention for the conference. And then again a big game against Wilkes-Barre, who was playing really well at the time they came in here. They were 9-2. They beat Valley West. They competed with Pittston. So I thought we played a really good game, disciplined game there. And then Emmaus, always tough. I think, that they're down a little bit this year. They didn't have their best arms ready for us, but for the most part, played mistake-free baseball that game as well.
Yeah, and then just actually scheduled for Monday, but obviously Winter decided to visit us again for the end of last week. Big road win up at Nanticoke, and then Crestwood came into Shivo yesterday. Yep. And just another impressive offensive output. A little bit of a later start, but they really hit it up there heavy. Absolutely, in the 6th inning.
Yeah, listen, and I think Crestwood played a great game. I think they were the better team for probably the first 5 innings. They were really tough. Their at-bats were competitive. They weren't really giving in on secondary pitches, putting the ball in play. And like I said, our approaches weren't great. I think we got a little emotional with, it's Crestwood-Hazleton rivalry maybe, but I like the way we settled into our bats second, third time in the lineup, and we're able to finish strong.
Paul, you guys had mentioned that as well on the broadcast.
6th inning. I think you had 8 singles in 9 at bats or something like that. It was just like
start putting it together.
Everybody just
and coach mentioned it was like the Bugs Bunny cartoon.
The gas house.
They just kept going around the lineup and that's the way to 6th.
And the base running too. I thought we ran the bases really well yesterday.
In that second inning, I mean, we had mentioned on the broadcast again. I bring up situational all the time, but there was the hit, the stolen base, the walk.
Yep.
Another hit, produced actually 2 runs out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Yeah, I think Logan had 4 stolen bases yesterday, and guys were looking to take the extra bases when it was necessary. So again, that's stuff you just got to look to do. I think what I try to do is read the game and see what's going on, what's the vibe of the game. Do we have to start taking pitches? Do we need to maybe move runners with a bunt? Do we need to be more aggressive on the bases? So I'm trying to read the game as well, and I think we did a really good job creating some opportunities around the bases yesterday.
Yeah. And I think also this team's blessed too with a lot of speed.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are very quick on the bases, and everybody. It's like yesterday I was watching, and they're getting a great jump. Logan got a great jump a couple times, and I mean the pitcher's in his windup, and they're gone already. And it's not even. I mean, no matter who's catching, they're not throwing them out.
No,
it's not even close.
Yeah, they do a good job, and that's the cool thing with guys like Logan, Chris Kennelly, Mason Rinker, even Dom, who wasn't historically a base stealer for us, is getting some bags this year. They're looking for tells. We talk about that a lot. Conversations in the dugout. Let's see, is a pitcher falling into a pattern where we can get that jump, where we're avoiding even a throw. So it's not always going to happen, but you're trying to take educated guesses as best you can with those guys on the bases.
And I think, as you were saying too, with situational baseball, like any of your 9 guys, you're not afraid to bunt them.
No.
If they have to move the runner, usually, you would never see a 3 and 4 hit bunt, but you guys play a lot of that small ball if you have to, and that's that's like I said in high school when you have a big pitcher or somebody with a great arm, runs are at a premium, sure, and that's the best way to move them around.
I think it's really important to take the lead early in the game, and I think one message that we've talked to our guys a lot is doing whatever it takes to put runs on the board early. I mean, it's a 7-inning game; it goes quick, so we really have to. You read guys like is he going well right now? Is he confident in the box? If not, a way to get a guy going is maybe to lay one down and he feels that power of contribution. I did something to help move a runner, set my teammate up, or do a safety squeeze or a suicide squeeze and get a runner in and get myself a ribby and go from there. So
Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, waving to people are yelling out cars, and then there's me and Russ.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out.
I just don't get it. We need sweatsuits like that.
My black suit.
All right, that takes care of our rewind segment. We're going to get some words about our sponsors in here, and then we're going to preview what's coming up and get Russ out of here so he can go celebrate with his daughter.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks.
Good seeing you. Thanks, guys.
Too.
Thanks for everything you do. See ya.
All right, we're going to get in here. Hey, guys, here we are. We're at the center portion of our shows. We always like to give due and our flowers to our sponsors, because without them, we would not be able to bring you this content. We'd not be able to bring you this like we do for the 3 to 4 seasons of the Anchor Sports here at the high school level. Into the future, we're looking to do more. I've been asked so many times. We're kind of a 2-man crew right now, so my apologies to volleyball and some track and soccer as well. We're in the works. We'll get to it. Again, we're not even out a year, so my apologies, but we're here to bring you the best content we can, and without these people, we can't. Coach Kanzler has taken a little bit break as we were able to review. Again, thanks to our players for coming in as we go here show by show. We have 3 more left. You'll get to meet them as well. Another 3 tonight, just to give you an idea of the boys that are being put out on the field and who they are, because they're not just players, they're student athletes, and our student athletes are what make up all of these sports, whether it's winter or fall, winter or spring, rolling into summer. Obviously, we're all looking forward to a big summer break. So I want to start off with our go-to, our always, R.L. Marchetti and Sons. Can't thank Randy and staff for everything that we do, whether it's with my pod, whether it's with the school district, whether it's bringing you an away game or a district game that's not on the campus, or a state game that is not on the campus, through SportsWire. Always there for us no matter what we do. R.L. Marchetti Plumbing and Heating, serving the area for over 110 years, whether it's an emergency or it's scheduled service. Again, we're all crossing over now into the warmer weather. Boilers are going to need to be cleaned, all that good stuff. Maybe a leftover bad line from the cold winter that we had. Again, I feel we've lucked out this past winter, but whether it's 2 in the morning or you want to schedule it for 2 in the afternoon, within an amicable amount of time, Randy will be there, or staff, to help clean up the problem, so to speak. Please give them a call at 570-455-7335. Again, big thanks to Randy and staff. R.L. Marchetti Plumbing and Heating, serving the area for over 110 years. We obviously don't do it with baseball. He's been our player of the game sponsor. He's been an anchor sponsor from the start. Our good friends located on 299 Route 940, Harley Hazel Township. It is Barbush Automotive and BLB Auto Sales. Since 1937, their motto, give us a call, we do it all. Barbush Automotive, 570-454-7571. Again, emergency or scheduled within an amicable amount of time. Brian and staff will get your car serviced, fixed up, whether it's broken down. Again, big crossover, a lot of radiator hoses, a lot of radiator problems happen at this time because you're running your heat, and we get that 80-degree spurt for 3 days, and you're running your air. Most do, I do, bad habit. Then we all end up with colds. We don't have any doctor sponsors for the spring sports here. So give them a call for all your repairs. Like I said, whether it's service, whether it's emergency or scheduled, Bryant will get you fixed up. Also located on the same premises, again, 299 Route 940, Harley Hazel Township, BLB Auto Sales. Maybe your car got you through the winter and income tax time is here now. It's time to look into getting a new vehicle. Anything can happen as far as that goes. If you're looking for a used, slightly used, newer type vehicle and quality at its tops, BLB Auto Sales, 570-861-8393. You can go over, check it out anytime. Both Barbush's hours and BLB hours mirror one another. 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, 8 to noon on Saturdays, closed on Sundays. Again, please give BLB Auto Sales a call, 570-861-8393. If you're not feeling the call, not feeling the deal, to head over to Route 940, you can check out their entire inventory, pictured, listed, all your information you would need along with your prices, of course, at Barbush Automotive or www.barbushauto.com. Again, Barbush Automotive, BLB Auto Sales, located on the premises at 299 Route 940, Harley Hazel Township. Give us a call. We do it all. Barbush Automotive, BLB Auto Sales, Barbush, 570-454-7571, BLB, 570-861-8393, or check it out at www.barbushauto.com. A new business joining us, a good friend of ours, again, helped us a lot out during the basketball season. Noki's Designs, known as the king of customization, Freeland, Pennsylvania. Noki's is over 20 years in the business and has been the premier spot for personalizing T-shirts, signs, sweatshirts, anything you can put a logo on. Dan and his staff will take care of you. Even if you have your own idea for a personalization, Dan and I have been able to work on our game of the player of the game T-shirts. Dan has done some personal stuff for us. Always willing to work with, and again, T-shirt, hat, sign, whatever it may be. Dan will get you shored up with all of your thoughts and ideas and be able to put it on that item of your choice. Make your vision a reality. Give Noki's Designs, Freeland, Pennsylvania, a call, 570-233-3962. Again, it's Noki's Designs, the kings of customization. Another go-to, our good friends at Firo Funeral Services. They sponsor our crossover. Paul Bowe is going to be joining us here in the second half with Coach Kanzler as we look ahead and where the Cougars are going here in the next few games and in the next couple of weeks. Believe it or not, we're just about at halfway point of the season, and we're only in this thing about 7 weeks. It feels like about 7 months. Firo's Funeral Services Incorporated since 1892, serving the Hazleton area, located at 26 West 2nd Street here in Hazleton, 570-454-1561. When the family is in that time of need, please give them a call. Director Jeff Firo, Supervisor Andrew Piskel. Again, when the family is in that time of need, give these folks a call. They've been around for well over 100 years. That's Firo's Funeral Services, located at 26 West 2nd Street here in Hazleton, 570-454-1561. Thank you to Jeff and Andy. And finally, we're into baseball season. Little League has started. Minor League has started. Softball will be starting. Warrior Baseball Academy, brand new business, located down in Sugarloaf, Pennsylvania, address 541, State Route 93, in the old Cunningham Builders Building. When you come to the stoplight between the old Cunningham Builders Building and the convenience store to the left, it's right there, like I said, in the old Cunningham Builders Building, helping you to take the lead on the competition. They have walk-in. You can schedule, whether it be hourly, daily, or monthly for the batting cage rental options, which is the staple of the business. Also, golf simulator, workout equipment, some other things that are being added down there. Please check them out. Again, Warrior Baseball Academy, located at 541 State Route 93 here down in Sugarloaf, 570-233-3962. Also, you can schedule online, PAWarriorBaseballAcademy.com, PAWarriorBaseballAcademy, all one.com, or give them a call at 570-233-3962. Again, helping you to take the lead on the competition, always getting those extra workouts for the kids. And before you know it, it'll be all-stars for Little League. Softball will be in full beat. So check them out, Warrior Baseball Academy, Sugarloaf, PA. 570-233-3962. That's going to close out our sponsorships. Quickly want to remind you, sponsorships, we have 3 shows each left, 6 shows in total left for softball, and again with baseball here. Give us a call at 570-778-5942 or PM us on Facebook, The Local Sports Pod. Love to have you on board, always new, and we're already getting for football season, so we could always work something out. All right, that takes care of our sponsor reads. Thanks again to all our sponsors. And we will roll into our review and what's to come with our special guest as he drives by Paul Bowe. All right, guys, it's time to preview. We opened, we reset, we rewinded. Coach Kanzler had a good chance to talk to.
Sounds like a T-shirt. Open, rewind, reset.
Actually, it's
the local sports pod.
Rewind. Preview, or no, rewind, reset, preview. That's what it is.
There you go. I sense a T-shirt. Danny Noki T-shirt.
Danny Noki. There we go.
T-shirts.
That's the next ones. We'll talk about our sponsors when we close here. But Paul joins me now. Paul Bowe. You can hear Paul Bowe on all of our school district, Hazleton Area School District YouTube broadcast. That's youtube.com at HASDK12. Paul also puts up the links to the game every game day, just about an hour before at Paul Bowe. So please be sure to check that out so you can join us here if you can join us live. As we are coming live to tape today, we had some technical difficulties. Russ has some personal things to take care of. So we do it all. We just got to get the T-shirts next. And you can join Paul with our analyst, our color guy, Coach Rich Salonis, the coach. And, Coach Richard, and myself on the sideline sometimes if Paul doesn't jump 3 innings ahead on me. But anyway, yesterday was a bad broadcast, folks. But
it was a good broadcast.
It was a good broadcast overall, but it didn't. A lot of technical difficulties.
That happens. So that's called live TV. That happens. But we adapt. We improvise, and we overcome.
Wow, that could be on the back of the
that was
Tony's.
That was Tony's T-shirt when he wrestled.
All right, so we get set here to preview as the mayor waves on, and people almost get mad. They're slowing down. This is crazy. How to bring you on more? We're getting a live audience. Yeah. Anyway, getting set to preview, and we talked about Hazleton and one of their tougher games just a couple of weeks ago, actually 13 days, against Wyoming Valley West. They get them on the road on Sunday, the 26th, this coming Sunday in a couple days from now. But a little bit of different atmosphere, Paul Bowe.
Be up at PNC Field. And speaking of Wyoming Valley West, I know this is going to be taped. They got a big game tonight against Pittston. So they're playing Pittston tonight, so they'll be raring to go on Sunday.
Yeah, we're on here Thursday, the 23rd.
Yeah, so they have a game tonight. Yeah,
big one
against Pittston. But Valley West came in here. They gave Hazleton all they can handle. A much improved team. Hit the ball very well. Very good pitching. I think it should be a nice thing, and it's going to be up at PNC Field, which is going to be awesome.
Yep, home of the AAA Yankees affiliate, the Sky and Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders.
We'll have the game on SportsWire.
Yep, we're going to do the game on SportsWire. Let me tell you a little bit about why the game is up at PNC Field. The Rail Riders have a community outreach. I guess it would be a section of what they do throughout the community through the baseball season and the off season as well. But this has kind of become a bigger thing. It's called the Rail Riders University Community Series. And these games, the high school games, have been going on with teams within the general area of the Rail Riders, playing one another. The kids get a chance to play on the big stage. We get to broadcast on the big stage, which I'm really excited about. You can join Paul on play-by-play. BP Burke will be with us.
He's coming in. Coach
Yes.
Coach will not be there this weekend.
Yes.
But, BP Burke will be filling in.
He'll be on color as well as engineering, and myself will be down on the string. Yeah, I guess that's what you call it. But we will be live from PNC Field. The game is expected to start at 5 p.m. Rail Riders actually have a game before at 1:35, continuing their 6-game series, as most series in the minor leagues now run between 5 and 7 games, depending on how they're scheduled. This is the final game. Hopefully we don't end up with a doubleheader, or that could be a whole different set of circumstances. Stay out, son. But we will be on the air with you somewhere around the 5:45 or 4:45 area with a general first pitch of 5 p.m. pregame with Paul and the rest of us. Sportswire.com, sportswire.mixler.com. Paul's also going to put that out.
We'll have the link posted on everybody's Facebook, and also on the SportsWire website. You'll be able to tune in there. So it should be a fun time.
Yeah, kind of old stopping grounds for Coach Kanzler too.
Yeah,
he played a few seasons, and one of them was when he was within his International League Player of the Year too. I believe it was 06.
I think that was 2011, I think, or something.
I have my son had a growth chart with him, believe it or not.
It might have been. I don't know.
It was a giveaway with the Yankees AAA affiliate. I don't know if they were the Yankees or
maybe it was 11 when he played in the majors.
I think you're right. I think it was. We'll have to ask him next time. I don't like to delve into that too much because
you're not a good numbers guy.
Sometimes with names as well. It's getting better though.
Amanda Addison.
Yeah, it was just her birthday the other day too. Yes.
Yeah.
Amanda Fritz, our good friend.
Happy birthday.
And Amanda. I posted to her mother, is it Addison or is it Amanda? And her mother was hysterical. So it's always a joke with me. But anyway, so big broadcast coming up.
Big broadcasters. They're ready.
Yeah, professional ones, we like to think. 426, that's this Sunday. Check us out on sportswire.com, sportswire.mixler.com for the actual broadcast. As our Cougars head up north to step onto the semi-professional league field of PNC Field, historical field, the home of the AAA Yankees affiliate, the Rail Riders, and the Rail Riders University Community Series, Hazleton versus Wyoming Valley West this Sunday. Then they move on, Paul. They go right back up there 2 days later, back up to the home of the Wolfpack in Wilkes-Barre area on the road.
Yeah, and that's a team, much like Russ was saying about North Penn having Hazleton's number. Hazleton has had Wilkes-Barre's number. I think they beat them 10 or 11 times in a row. So you talk about a team that's going to be hungry, no pun intended, for the Wolfpack. The Den will be rocking up there as we see it, how it rocks for basketball.
Yeah, I've never been to the baseball field.
It's nice. It's right behind the school there, but being that the games are so early, it's tough to do a broadcast during the week.
Right.
Up there.
Those 4:30 starts are
they're tough.
Just to get here to the field.
Yeah, and we live here, so.
Right, exactly.
But playoffs. We will we'll be covering the games if they're on the road.
Once we get into postseason.
We get into postseason.
We'll do our best.
Yep, we'll do it. That's definite.
And we will be there, but again, that's the 28th. That's next Tuesday.
That's at Wilkes-Barre.
Out Wilkes-Barre area. And, check it out. Go there. Be live. Hopefully we get a day like today. Hopefully winter's gone. I see all the trees are starting to bud out here.
Yeah, well, they'll be dying next time it's frost again.
Paul's so positive.
Listen,
all right, and then
in northeastern PA, what do you expect?
Round out the month of April as the season does not end, but I want to say we're just a little over halfway. Back here at Shivo Field on the 30th against another formidable opponent in
J.R. Ewing and Bobby Ewing will come to town as
yes,
Dallas.
the Dallas Mountaineers come down.
Dallas is always a tough game in any sport for Hazleton, whether it's baseball, whether it's football.
And lately has kind of had some little bit of predominance, so to speak, I guess, with especially in the football and the basketball. The mayor checking his messages while we're on air.
Somebody's phone. Great.
But should be a good matchup.
Yeah, it should
come
be a
down
good
and
game.
round out the end of the month. And
Yeah.
we have a ways to go. I don't have the blotter with me, so I wanted to make
There's
sure.
a bunch of home games coming up. I think they have the boys have 3 in a row coming up.
Yeah. There's even
After
a
that Wilkesburg.
Saturday afternoon game, and they're Little Lions are going to come down from State College.
Yeah, we won't be here for that.
Yeah, we won't be doing that.
We'll be at Rasa.
It's there's so much more to go, Paul. Like I said, the Russ. What are we? Like 7 weeks, I guess we're in week 7, but it really feels like we're so deep in here.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think the season's going pretty fast, to be honest with you. I don't think because the weather around here is never really good. We've been fortunate,
very lucky
because the boys, as opposed to the girls, who's had a couple rainouts. But for the most part, the home games have been played.
I don't think we've had one cancellation except for Monday flipping to Tuesday.
Right, and that was an away game anyway.
Yeah.
So it's
and that's on the entire season. I don't think.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty good for the boys in that. But just to talk a little bit more about the boys team, and I wanted to get into this with Russ a little bit, but I know he had to cut it short today. We talk about this is a young team.
It is.
For Haste. I mean,
Three juniors.
They have their senior.
That seems like
they have the senior leadership they need.
Right.
But this is a young team. There's freshmen on this team starting. That is very, very rare at the high school level, because you know what I mean. That's 4 years. Some of them are 3-4 years younger than a senior. For
Absolutely.
a freshman, that's a 15-year-old kid that's playing against 18-year-old kids.
Only 4 to 5 years older than Arana.
That's a big,
scary.
big difference.
But and we've seen this. We've seen this in basketball with our own girls team.
Yeah,
we've seen it. A super freshman out of Monoy just with basketball. So it's coming of age, I think, with the youth. And again, it goes back to the teaching.
It goes back to the travel ball and the teaching and the program brought up. And I know, like, I know this isn't a football podcast, but talking about football, I know the football team is headed in that right direction, because Scott is doing a great job with those guys, and he's trying to trickle it down to the junior high level. And I talked to a couple of the coaches, and even when Dennis was here coaching, the junior high level ran the same offense as the varsity.
That playbook starts at the bottom and works it all the way up to the senior high.
And that's where I think it helps you so much to benefit when your program has, foundations are built from the ground up. And when you're building from the ground to get to that apex at the top, that's huge. And that's where I think the baseball team is and why this program is so successful.
Absolutely.
And Heather's doing a great job with the girls, too.
Same deal. Same deal.
Working through, you don't hear a lot about the girls' softball leagues anymore around here as they were like when my sister played.
Back in the days.
Yeah. I mean, they still have them, but it's not as much. You don't hear about it.
It's not as advertised.
No, it really isn't. But I think Heather's doing a good job, a great job of getting the girls from, the junior high program up to that, junior high, JV level and the varsity level. And, there's some girls on that team that I coached in Little League that played in the Little League. They were playing baseball. Anna Mattias is one. I mean, she played a couple of games on my 8 and 9-year-old team. And so did Caitlin Bindus. She doesn't play. But, I mean, those girls were playing hardball when they were, 4 or 5 years old. Hannah and Caitlin.
Well, that's when the girls being involved with Little League were actually finally let in and being allowed.
And I'll tell you what, they were the 2 best players on my team when they played for us. They were tough.
Coach Kensler talked about that and having, obviously when he was still playing professional ball, posing with Freddie, having Logan, or having someone that he knew having Logan. So, I mean, there's a good foundation built with this program as far as I'm concerned. It's only my first year. I've been to a game or 2 in the past, but heavily as I'm involved in learning as I go and being around this team for sometimes 2 and 3 hours every other day, you learn things. You know, you've been at it a little longer.
Well,
than
I
me
mean,
with
last
the
year
end
with
of
last year with baseball, I tried to come to every game, every home game, even when we weren't broadcasting. Whenever we didn't have the equipment yet, because I wanted to get to know the players. I wanted to see because I mean, the last time, I'll be honest with you, the last time I probably was at a high school game was probably 10 years ago. You know what I mean? We weren't involved in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I really didn't go. But to see the program that they have here and to see how, I mean, last year's team was very, very good. This year's team could be just as good. Now, Dave Seaman and I were talking, they could be sneaky. If they could win the district, which I'd be shocked if they didn't. But again, in baseball, one team goes.
Strange things
It's
can
only
happen.
one team that goes from that district.
Right,
And if your
that's
pitcher,
it's not like football. It's not like
right,
basketball.
football, they make one team makes the states, but
Right,
everybody makes the districts. But
Right.
only one team goes to the states. Basketball, you get two
right.
in girls and boys. But here, in
One and
baseball,
done.
one and done.
Yep.
And last year they were down. They beat Scranton in the bottom of the seventh inning, and then they beat Wilkes-Barre 10-0. They ended up beating them, but that game was 1-0. I think for 3 or 4 innings.
Well,
It was close.
yesterday they scored in the third, and then
Well,
it was like they were holding out, and the offense just blew up with 7 runs in that sixth inning.
We saw it with the softball a couple of weeks ago with Wilkes-Barre. They had a winless team, and they had the girls 5-0. I think it was score 5-0 or And then
They
came
had
back
them down 5-0. Girls come back and win.
win 6-5.
Yep.
I mean, it's baseball is a funny game. If your pitcher's off for a day, that could be it. You could be done. So I think if this team could win the district, which, like I said, I expect them to, but you take nothing for granted.
Right.
They could make some noise in the state playoffs because they're very deep pitching and pitching.
Unbelievably.
Pitching wins games. When last year when North Penn, they scored all those runs in the first inning. It was 100 degrees that day. Jack shut the door. But the next 3 games, I think North Penn won 2 games, 1-0 or 2-0. It was 1 or 2-0. They hardly scored any runs. And then in the state championship, I believe they lost in 16 innings, 1-0 or 2-1 or something like that. So there was just their bats died after that game against Hazel, where they scored 8 runs in 2 innings or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But their pitching kept them in the games. I mean, it's and this staff here, I mean, they're all underclassmen. Peter's your closer,
Right.
And Kniff starts, once in a while. They're
Or
your
comes in the
seniors.
close.
Yeah, right. But they're your seniors.
2 1/3 yesterday, solid.
Right.
He had
Freddie's,
one flashy inning there.
Freddie's a junior.
Right.
Jack's a junior.
Right.
Marino, I mean, he had Tommy John surgery. He may not pitch this year. He may not. I mean, he was their ace last year until he got hurt in the districts. But getting some of the younger kids that Russ has been trying out in some of the games where, lesser teams.
We've seen him do a little
Servino
here and there.
had a nice.
Servino had a great 2 inning,
Yeah.
almost a solid 2 inning out of him. He's just a sophomore? Or was he a
Sophomore, freshman, one of the two.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
I mean, there's just
roster.
there's just a lot of talent to choose from, and
again, foundation.
yeah,
And the teacher and the one who starts to build that foundation was sitting just next to us a few minutes ago.
Davino.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't say in the booth. I meant on the field. Well, there you have it, guys. Preview of what's coming up. Big thanks to Paul Bow for coming in today.
Checks in the mail.
Sort of always saving a day. I'll forget my wallet when we go to dinner on Sunday again too. Quickly, we want to thank our sponsors, as always. Our good friend Randy Marchetti, RL Marchetti Plumbing and Heating,
The best.
Barbush Automotive and BLB Auto Sales,
Great guy.
Noki's Designs.
Great Danny.
Remember that T-shirt idea we came up with, Dan Noki. Firo's Funeral Services Incorporated sponsoring you. whenever
Great
you
guys.
come on
We
the
just don't want to see you anytime soon.
show. And of course, Warrior Baseball Academy, the new kid on the block,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just good stuff, good people, and they're like family. That's how tight we are. They get us through football. We're going to be working on football in another month and a half, So, Randy, get ready. That's all I can tell you. Just kidding. Want to thank Coach Kanzler, obviously, for giving the go-ahead to do all of this, to be able to bring you a little more insight and just kind of get to know the team. Get down to a good game. Check it out on the
table.
YouTube. What's that?
Is that your table you were looking for?
No, we got that table.
Oh,
back.
okay.
This is the production table.
Production table. I wish we could get a shot of that. That's high class.
You know how old that table is?
You probably found it at a yard sale.
No, I
picked it
bought
up
that
at
table. That was my original DJ table.
Oh, were you
Believe it
tooting?
or not.
Were you even shorter or what?
Well, no, if you even look, it doesn't have the little holes. They're on the inside. You know how you get your fingers.
Too bad we
caught?
can't get a shot at this table.
But anyway,
we'll put a still shot of it up.
Let me finish.
Can we put a still shot up? I'm gonna keep cutting you
We'll
off.
put it up. We'll put it up on the. We'll take a picture of the table before we leave.
And put on the.
I'll even make you stand there, and we'll put it up on the link once.
Oh no, I'm not getting it.
Once we put up the.
I didn't bring my goodie brush.
By the way, we are coming to you live to tape today. Coach Kanzler had some other things. Big night in the Kanzler household. Happy birthday to his daughter. So we're kind of all over. We'll be up soon. Quickly want to thank the school district itself, Dr. Brian Upplinger, the athletic department, as always, who allows us in, Fred Borletta, Kathy Brogan, Coach Snee, Robert Snee, Associate Athletic Director, Leanne Fisher, who always is with us. And her and Snee are the crew, the press box crew for softball as well. You'll hear me mention. Our producer, Kelly Kay, who's sick of us by now.
And Davino. We got to thank Davino.
Davino, we have to thank for our broadcast on the YouTube. Quickly, thank Paul Bowe. Always comes to my aid whenever you need. You'll see him a couple more times before we go on summer break.
You see my car? I got a car.
Oh, you did?
I did.
We'll have to talk about that. That looks like your old car, Kelly.
It's a Rogue One.
Wasn't yours a Rogue? Your white one, the one you just said. We're having conversations.
Thanks to Sean Mauser over at
Way Out of the Box. Free commercial.
Free commercial.
All right. So quickly, I want to remind you the next couple of things on tap, broadcast wise. We'll be back on the YouTube broadcast later next week.
Saturday.
Yes. Softball. I'm thinking baseball. We will be on with you Saturday, weather permitting. Hazelton brings Blue Mountain out of the Schuylkill One Lake tops, right?
The Eagles.
Lady Blue Eagles.
They're Blue Eagles.
Yes, the Blue Mountain Blue Eagles. I have to look on
That's like
the
a
website.
double negative. No?
And I guess if you're blue, that truck's blue. That's bad. But anyway, we will be live on the Hazelton area school district YouTube, youtube.com at HASDK12. Paul will put the link up probably around 11ish. If we're here, if not, we'll have keep you updated as we go along throughout the morning on either of our sites. Also, Sunday, we'll be live from PNC Field.
Sunday.
Paul Bowe, BP Burke, myself.
In the Mike Mobile.
In the Mike Mobile. I'm driving Sunday. I owe them a few times for driving during the season, and Paul's just getting used to his new car. So they'll complain about how fast I drive.
Oh, yeah. I get to get a ride in an Indy car.
We'll be there in 15 minutes. So we'll be good. But we will be live at 4:45 with pregame, 5 o'clock designated first pitch. Hopefully the Rail Riders don't end up playing a doubleheader.
Hopefully they have a spread for us out there to eat.
I don't know if they're going to have a spread, but we got our own apartment again. So we have our own box. Want to thank the Rail Rider staff, as a matter of fact, for taking great care of us. Robbie Judge has been more than amicable. Here come the judge. We'll have to give him that one. He's going to come on because he's the head of the reason Hazelton is playing Wyoming Valley West on Sunday at PNC Field. The Rail Riders University Community Series brings teams in, starts right at the end of May, beginning of April. They've been playing just about games every day, including on game days of the Rail Riders. They play after, mostly those on the weekends, as they can get in a later afternoon, early evening game. Which isn't a lot for these high school teams. They play most of their games during the week. Well, we will be on live 4:45 pregame, 5 o'clock first pitch live from PNC Field as your Hazelton area Cougars take on Wyoming Valley West. It is a Wyoming Valley West home game. Please join us live on SportsWire, sportswire.com, link sportswire.mixler.com. And again, Paul will handle posting the
we'll get the link up there.
Proper links.
The Mixler link.
Yep. And
BP will take care of that.
All will be good. Again, mostly want to thank you. Our followers are growing since football season. I know Coach Sacco, when we did the banquet, mentioned we probably had about 3 people. We're close to 400 right now. And that's going through.
Is that what I'm on?
No, you're on mine. You can't make those comments that you make on mine on the local. I think you're on both.
What are you talking about?
The local sports pod.
No, I said the viewers. They come on when. Is that when?
Oh, when you come on.
Coach and I.
Well, yeah, Coach hasn't been on in months. He's in hibernation right now, but he'll come out. Everything will be okay. But again, mostly thank you to you, parents, friends, family, friends of the family. Spreads the word. Word of mouth, word of viewing the content, passing it around. View, follow, share, like, comment if you like. At the Local Sports Pod on all 3 platforms: Facebook at the Local Sports Pod, Instagram where we show our highlights from the show. You'll be great highlights for this one.
Instagram for
Instagram.com.
What highlights?
The Local Sports Pod. Always with our guests.
Oh, it's for the sports.
Yeah,
I think meant baseball highlights.
No.
I thought you wanted me to do like a John Facenda. I'd do my thing. It was
I'll let you close it out though like that if you want.
No,
he does impressions, folks. Though he is available for bar mitzvahs, parties, weddings.
And I can play guitar now too.
He does. He just
not very good.
What was that new song? I don't know. He does play a good version of Baby Shark as well.
I could not see.
But again, mostly thankful to you. Again, please continue. You're throwing me off so bad.
Well, we can edit it.
Yeah, please continue to view, follow, like, share, comment. Always appreciated. We're gonna close it out.
And speaking of guitar, if my brother needs me ever, maybe I could fill in an ostrich hat. What do you think?
I want to see it. I want to be there.
I got to sing with them one time.
I've seen pictures of you on drums. I don't know if they're real.
They were real. That was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I was playing Iron Man.
Not only is he the mayor, he's just all over, ladies and gentlemen. I could say.
Master, what is it? They say Jack of all trades, master of zero.
That's what we're all about here. All right, we are going to close it out for this one. Paul, I'll give you, lady, do your best, John Facenda, with a little "Let's Go Cougars," and we'll take it home.
Let's go Cougars.
Have a great week, guys.